Good wishes, dear students. We will start with the first lesson in organic chemistry, that is hydroxy compounds and ether. In this lesson, we will learn in detail about three functional groups, starting with their nomenclature, preparation, physical and chemical properties along with their usage. They are alcohols, phenols and ether. About ether, we will see later. Right now, let's concentrate on hydroxy compounds. What is the meaning of hydroxy compounds? It is the given organic compound has the attachment of OH group in it. Then it's called as an hydroxy compound. So under hydroxy compound, we have a two category. One is the alcohols, the other one is the phenols. Both have the presence of OH group in their chemical formula. Then what's the point of distinguish between them? Now alcohols, when we say, they are prepared from aliphatic compounds. You might have learnt it in your standard 11 or the classes 10. It's a aliphatic when you say open chain compound or without the presence of a aromatic ring in it. Now when we say phenols, it is prepared from the aromatic compounds. So I'm repeating the point again. Alcohols, when we say, they are prepared from aliphatic compounds. Phenols, when we say, they are prepared from aromatic compounds. Both have the presence of OH group in it. So phenols also we'll see later. We'll concentrate on the alcohols first. So as I told you, alcohol stands for preparation of alcohol from the aliphatic group. Further, it has got a two division under aliphatic. One is called as an alkyl group with a OH in it. The other one, allyl group with a OH in it. Meaning, alkyl when you say, it's a saturated hydrocarbon. Meaning, presence of single bond is found there. When we say allyl group, it's an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Meaning, presence of double or a triple bonds are found there. Moving on to the preparation of alcohols. Now purposely I'm teaching you at first preparation of alcohols to get yourself interested in the particular topic. Once you get your interest here, then moving on to the nomenclature or physical properties will be much more easier. So under preparation, alcohols can be prepared from different sources. So namely, it can be prepared from alkene. So such method is called as an acid catalyzed hydration. In exam point of view, they can give you the question preparation of alcohols from alkene or preparation of alcohols from acid catalyzed hydration. They are one and the same, meaning from alkene we are preparing alcohol. The second method, hydroboration oxidation. And the third method is a carbonyl group, meaning from carbonyl groups we get alcohols. Now under carbonyl group we have so many subcategory. From aldehydes we can prepare alcohol. From ketones we can prepare. From acetyl chloride it can be prepared. From ester it can be prepared. Now what's the meaning of carbonyl group? Let me just give you one word for you to remember for the time being. Then when we move on to the particular example, I will teach you in detail. Carbonyl group stands for alkyl group with the presence of CO. That's a presence of carbon with a double bond O. So RCHO aldehyde, you can see the presence of CO here. RCOR, presence of CO. RCOL, presence of CO. Ester, RCOOR. So everywhere presence of carbon with a double bond O. I will show you in detail when we go to the practical questions. So under carbonyl group we have so many category. From all this type we can produce alcohol or prepare alcohol. The last one, using Grignard reagent. Now under these two types of two functional groups are utilized. One is the aldehyde and the other one is a ketone. Here also aldehyde and ketones are used, but a method is different, we will see. So without wasting time, let me start with the first type. That's a preparation of alcohol by acid catalyzed hydration. Now when you hear a word acid catalyzed hydration, the condition is alkene is converted into alcohol by the presence of a concentrated sulfuric acid. Now the sulfuric acid gets dissociated into ions as a H plus and HSO4 minus ion. The H plus ions acts as a catalyst, hence the name acid catalyzed hydration. Now, acid catalyzed hydration, as I told you earlier, it is suitable for converting an alkene into an alcohol. Now, when we say alkene, there are two types of alkene categories possible. One is a symmetrical alkene, the other one is an unsymmetrical alkene. Now, how will you identify the difference between them? Now, alkene stands for presence of double bond in it. You have learnt it in your standard 11 classes. So, symmetrical alkene, when you say the number of carbon atoms on either side of the double bond will be equal. When you say unsymmetrical alkene, the number of carbon atoms on either side of the double bond will not be equal. Here the carbon atoms will be equal on either side. Here the carbon atoms will not be equal on either side. The one more clue, symmetrical alkene gives rise to primary alcohol. Unsymmetrical alkene gives rise to secondary alcohol. So let's move on with the example directly. As I told you, under acid catalyzed hydration, we are preparing alcohol from alkene. So under that we have a two category. One is from symmetrical alkene, the other one is from unsymmetrical alkene. So I have taken the example of ethene. Now ethane, when you say, it's a single bond, presence of single bond is found with them. When you say ethene, presence of double bond, alkene category we are talking about. Why are we saying ethene? Because two carbon atoms are there. So ethene, when you treat with water, H plus OH minus ion, we get from H2O. So purposely I have split and written H plus and OH minus ion. So ethene, when you treat with water in the presence of a concentrated sulfuric acid, the reaction takes place in such a way the double bond is broken. As a result, H plus ion will move into this carbon and OH minus ion will move into this carbon. So we get the product as already you have a CH2, one more hydrogen is coming in, so we write it as a CH3. We have a CH2, bond is broken, OH group is coming in, so we write it as a CH2OH. So that's how the preparation is taking place. Moving on to the name, ethene gives us ethanol. Now what's the suffix here? As I forgot to tell you, in alcohol category, the suffix should have a OL, that's methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol. OL is the suffix here. Do not get yourself confused with the ethanol, AL, that goes under aldehyde category. So OL, when you write, it stands for the presence of hydroxyl group in the compound. Next one, remember the clue what you have learnt it in your standard 11. When we do the nomenclature or when we name the compound, always the functional group should be given priority. So here the functional group is an hydroxyl group. Now hydroxyl group is attached with a carbon. If you name it from left to right, the second carbon will have the hydroxyl group. On the other hand, when you name from right to left, first carbon will have the hydroxyl group. So functional group should get the lowest number. That the allotted number should be the lowest one. So right to left will be the right direction. So the first carbon has got a functional group in it. So when we name it, because two carbons, eth will be the prefix here. All will be the suffix. We are talking about an alcohol, ethanol. Since it's the first carbon, you needn't write ethan 1 all. You can write it as a ethanol also. It's a correct thing. Moving on to the second example. I have taken hexthrene. This is also an example of symmetrical alkene. Now what's the thing? If you count presence of double bond is found, towards your right you have a 3 carbon atom. Towards your left you have a 3 carbon atom. So I kept on repeating to you, symmetrical alkene, when we say either side of the double bond we have equal number of carbon atoms. Now purposely, instead of writing hydrogen with the carbon, I am writing it on top. This is also correct way of writing. The name of it will be, since it's an equal number, whether you move from left to right or a right to left, the carbon double bond comes after third carbon only. So how many carbons are there? 6 carbons are there. So the name will be hex, because after the third carbon we have the presence of double bond. So hex-3-ene. Why are we writing ene? We are talking about the presence of double bond under alkene. So hex-3-ene. Here again, you treat with a water molecule. The water molecule, for easy understanding, you can write it as a H plus and OH minus ion. So H plus comes to this carbon of the towards your left, and OH minus comes towards your right, the carbon at your right side. In the presence of a concentrated sulfuric acid, so the product is CH3, CH2. Already you have a CH. One more hydrogen is coming in, so it gives you CH2. Now this side CH, you got bond is broken, OH group is coming in. So I'm writing CH, OH, CH2, CH3. Now in this case, when you go to order, now double bond is broken. You have a functional group OH here. So you can follow my number. When you move from your left towards your right, fourth carbon will get the OH group. On the other hand, when you move from right to left, third carbon has got the OH group. I keep telling you, the functional group should get the lowest number possible. So third carbon with the function attached with the OH group is the lowest number allotted here. Let's go in for a naming. Here again, how many carbons are there? 6 carbons are there. So prefix is hexane. Now which carbon has got a functional group of OH? Third carbon. So hexane 3-ol. Hex 3-ol or hexane 3-ol. Both are one and the same way of writing the answers. I hope my teaching is clear for the students. Let's move on to unsymmetrical alkene. Now I told you unsymmetrical, when we say either side of the double bond, the number of carbon atoms are not balanced, not equal. Here you have towards your left 2 carbon atom, towards your right you have only 1 carbon atom. Here again, all acid catalyzed hydration, we treat alkene with water. Whether it's a symmetrical alkene or unsymmetrical alkene, we treat with water in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. So what happens? Only when it's an unsymmetrical alkene, this clue you have to remember. What you have learnt it in your standard 11. Follow the rule of Markovnikov's rule. What does it say? The negative group or an ion goes to the carbon with the least number of hydrogen. Now water, you can also write it as a H plus and OH minus ion. Out of the two, which is a negative ion? OH minus is a negative ion. Now the placement takes only around the double bond, either before the double bond and after the double bond. Now in this group, the clue is you have to count carbon with the least number of hydrogen. OH group goes to it. So this carbon has got only 1 hydrogen. This carbon has got a 2 hydrogen. So which one is the lowest number? The second carbon. So OH group comes to the second carbon and hydrogen goes to the first carbon. So the form product will be CH3 is existing as it is. CH, receival of OH becomes CH and OH here. CH2, bond is broken, H plus goes there, so we get a CH3. Moving on to the nomenclature. How many carbons are there? 3 carbon. Here again, when you place the order, now functional group is an alkene. So it should get the lowest number. When you move from this direction, after the second carbon, double bond comes in. When you move from your left to right, after the first carbon, double bond comes in. So give priority for this order. Prop-1-ene you can write, or propene, because after the first carbon it's understood. Moving on to the naming of the product here. How many carbons are there? 3 carbons are there. Whether you move from left to right or right to left, the second carbon only has the functional group. So you can write down propen-2-ol. Remember, the suffix should be -ol here. Now in this case, if you say alkene, how many alkyl groups are there? Only 1 alkyl group. So it gives rise to primary alcohol. When you look at it in this case, how many alkyl groups are there? CH3 is one alkyl group. CH3 is another alkyl group. So it gives rise to secondary alcohol. Let's work with the two more examples. I have taken pent2ene. Now pent stands for how many carbon? 5 carbon. 2 stands for after the second carbon the double bond is coming. So I purposely have written from this direction 1 to the second carbon. After the second carbon I've got a double bond 3, 4, 5. Now it's an unsymmetrical alkene. On one side you have a 3 carbon, on the other side you've got a 2 carbon. You treat with water. Now water, how does it get split into? H plus and OH minus ion. Unsymmetrical alkene, what's the rule we have to follow? Markovnikov's rule. What does it say? The negative group or ion goes to the carbon with the least number of hydrogen. So don't bother about fourth and a fifth carbon or the first carbon. Our point of interest is only between a second and third carbon. Here you have to see which carbon has gotten. Now before that let's check the valency of the hydrogen. Carbon. Carbon has got a tetravalency 1, 2, 3, 4 is a balanced one. 1, 2, 3, 4 it's a balanced one. So the carbon goes to the group with the least number of hydrogen. So OH group goes in here. And this group comes in here. So the product will be CH3, CH2, CH2, CHOH and CH3. Now next move on to one more example of pent1ene. Now in this case if you look at it here, again we are treating it with water. So what do we have? A H plus and OH minus ion, treating it with a concentrated H2SO4. Follow the Markovnikov's rule. Negative group or ion goes to the carbon with the least number of hydrogen. So our point of interest is between the first carbon and the second carbon. Which carbon has got a least number of hydrogen? Second carbon has got a least number of hydrogen because first carbon has got a 2 hydrogen. So the negative group goes to the second carbon. Positive group goes to the first carbon. So the product will be CH3, CH2, CH2 here. The second carbon receives the OH here. So CHOH. And this carbon receives one more hydrogen, so it becomes a CH3 here. Now let's look for naming the let's name the product here. If you start the numbers, functional group is here. If you start from left to right, it will get the highest number. 4 will be the allotment here. But when you move from your right to left, first carbon, second carbon, third, fourth and a fifth carbon. So second carbon will have the functional group of hydroxyl group in it, alcohol group in it. So how shall we name it? Since 5 carbons are there, pent will be your prefix here. Second carbon has got an alcohol, so it will be pent2ol, or you can write it as a pentan2ol. Pent2ol will be the correct way of naming it. Thank you, children.